everyone needs something spiritual to keep them going, and it doesn't, the mind needs release, needs to be replenished, and either through nature or whatever, yeah. I think people need to know how to find other ways of replenishing their spirit. And it's something we don't think about that in terms of as part of education. But that's an important part of education. It's called survival.
Basic reality.
Yeah.
You dance, you said, about the human spirit. Dance has the reputation of being one of the most disciplined of performance arts, though. And you're talking about freedom and breaking away, but yet some of your students say that it's hard to work with June.
I expect a great deal, because I expect a great deal of myself, but yes, you only get to freedom through discipline.
You get to freedom
through discipline. And that discipline is very important, but it's not this kind of, whiplashing discipline. I think we so often think of discipline as being of that nature. And I think about the discipline that comes from this inner concentration. And it has to do with, it's this Japanese word, gaman, or shikarishite, which means, you be strong. But being strong, it takes a certain amount of focus and attention to what it is you're doing. And I've said to students that you don't work for improving, or you don't work for fixing things. You work on doing it so that becomes your center source of concentration, is in the way in which you do what it is you're being asked to do. And through that, things get very shaped, defined, and change begins to take place. But the discipline has to do with being able to concentrate. And it has to do with a hunger. There has to be a hunger for wanting to know more, wanting to discover, being awed by new discoveries of exploring. And that's what makes discipline possible, because we do go through a great deal of pain.
But to be aware, to struggle with it consciously.
I really see art as being transformational, as a way of carrying somebody to another place, of discovering, of understanding, coming to a new understanding, of projecting on into a place that we haven't been.
Healing?
Very healing, yes. And people have, and this has just been wonderful. Very often I don't get good reviews, and the critics have probably given up on me, and I probably just don't quite fit into, their taste. But when audiences, and I get very depressed and thinking, oh, Joan, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But when audience members have come back and said that it was a very healing experience, I know that some parts of it are working, and that if it can do that, then perhaps there's worth to the work one does.